the day, I'd just like to welcome everybody here to the 9th Annual Africa Hotel Investment Forum. For those of you who made it here yesterday, we've already done a number of fruitful networking activities, from the interactive workshops earlier today through to the card swap session later on. And then, of course, a big thank you goes to the Ethiopian Skylight Hotel for their generous hospitality in the evening. Thank you everybody who participated in yesterday's events. Here's a few images for you to soak up and experience for the next 2 days. This is actually the third time we've been here in the city of Addis Ababa. And we're really excited. Although it feels like it was yesterday, it was actually 2014 and 2015 that we were here last. And I'm really excited to be able to hear the stories of development and of progress that have happened in the city since we were last here. The two themes for 2014 and 2015 were reaching new heights and an endless discovery, which I think at the time reflected the growing optimism and growing positive sentiments of investing in Africa. This year's themes, Connect, Invest, Sustain, underlines how Ethiopia, as a central hub to the African markets, is connecting the continent, and in doing so, is positioning itself as an investment destination. And I'm delighted that we'll be hearing from Ato Tawaldi Gabramariam, the CEO of the airline, about the progress of the airline, plus also them as hoteliers. There's no doubt that AHIF has had a significant impact on the market here in Ethiopia. According to W Hospitality Group, in 2013, there were 3 branded hotels here in Ethiopia. Today, we're at 8 with almost 1,600 rooms. There is a pipeline of 27 hotel rooms with 5,000 rooms in the pipeline, of which 2.5 are in construction. And I'll leave Trevor later to talk in more detail about those figures. I'd like to take this opportunity also to thank our sponsors at this point and our supporters, without which good morning to you. Thank you for joining. I'd like to thank our sponsors this morning who have supported this event for many, many years, and without their support, we wouldn't be in this position today to be able to host this event. Please make sure you spend some time with each of them. There is a small incentive for you to do so. In your conference bags, you'll find an exhibition passport. If you fill out stamps for each of the exhibits and hand it in, you're in line to win a pair of Bose noise-cancelling headphones. And as I said last year, the people in the room, after all the networking, your ears may need the rest. I'd also like to point out our team. These events don't happen overnight, and I'd like to thank everybody involved in the event. There are a few people, though, from this group that I would like to draw attention to. First of all, Noe Hanu from Calibra Hospitality, who last night received an award from us as our AHIF ambassador for all the work that he's done in promoting this event into Ethiopia. And also are to Sasha Dunford and Marla Patel, whose birthdays is this week and have put in so much effort. It's a big birthday for both of them, so I'm sure that if you buy them a little glass of bubbly, they won't say no to you. So who's here today? We've got 500 delegates here today. 56% of those, which is slightly down on last year's number, are African. But they do cover 25 African countries. Ethiopia, no surprise there, is our largest contingent of African delegates, but we also have very large contingents from South Africa, Nigeria, and Kenya. What's very interesting and maybe symptomatic of the market in the Middle East is that the Middle East contingent here has grown to 25%. That's 10% on last year. Europe stays roughly the same at 14%, but in total we have 52 countries represented here today at AHIF. That is a 20% increase, and it might reflect the fact that we have the airline here to bring so many people from around the globe. But it does show how much of an international event this is becoming. And what's very promising is that 30% of the audience have identified themselves as either an investor, an owner, a developer, or financier. Thank you to all of those who are wearing the pins, those individuals who are our loyal customers who have at least been to 3 of our events. Thank you again for being part of AHIF. This is also the second year that we will be doing the Creating Impact Awards at AHIF. And the process was different this year. We threw it open to the industry and asked their opinions for nominations. And we drew a short list, and we have passed those to the advisory board. And I'm delighted to announce that for the Outstanding Contribution to Africa Award, we will be awarding Adrian Gardner, the founder and chairman of Mantis Group. And then for the Leadership Award, we have Sheikh Mohammed Hussein Ali Al-Moudi, who is not only the owner and investor into this wonderful property, but many more in Africa. And the award was given there also in development of other sectors into Africa as well. We have a great agenda for you today. All morning sessions will take place here in the main room before we break out into our morning session, our round table sessions. Thank you to all of those contributors, the speakers, the moderators, the input from the advisory board. A big thank you also to the Ethiopian Ministry of Culture and Tourism for looking after us this evening. During the next few days, we would love to hear your experiences. We're very active on social media. Many of you would have heard of us over the last 6 months on social media. So please join the conversation. There is a little incentive for you to do so this year. We have, from our sponsors, very kindly have donated a number of prizes. This is from night stays at their hotels to technology. And what we're asking you to do is make a short video of why AHIF, hashtag AHIF, put it through to us, and those individuals that make those videos will be put in line for the prizes. Hopefully the next few days will be rewarding and fun. These are great experiences, our events. And not least tomorrow, we're going to get up in the morning, go for a little warm-up around the running track. Doesn't matter if you're not running, if you're walking. But we'll be joining Haile Gebrselassie at 7:30 in the morning, inside the reception hall. Come a little bit early, 7:15, to pick up your sponsored T-shirt. And then we'll be doing some loops. And there is an important side to this, that each of you that do come out and support this run, we will, both the Bench Charitable Committee and our sponsors, Durban Midrock Cement, will be donating a sum to a local charity, AHIF, which look after children and individuals that are suffering with HIV positive. So it's all in for good cause. So enjoy your evening tonight, but not too much. This isn't the only charitable piece that we're doing here. For each of your bags that you have received, Bench is donating 3 meals to school children living in severe poverty. That's a total of 1,200 meals to school children that need this sustenance to be educated and to focus. If you can't put your running socks on, put your conference socks on. This is a little bit of fun. And this year, we've got to thank John Dibble for putting in your bags a pair of conference socks. Get tweeting. It's a little bit of fun, and it creates a wonderful noise around the conference. Finally, if you haven't already done so, please put this number into your WhatsApp and say hi to us. This will allow us to communicate to you over the next 2 days, send messages. I'll keep this up for a little while so you can put it in there. It allows us just to tell you of forthcoming events and information that's going to help you. At the end of the conference, which is tomorrow, Wednesday afternoon, we're also very honoured to be invited to go to the Prime Minister's Palace for the opening group of tourists to see the new museum here in the city. This is a new tourist attraction. It focuses on the land of origins, the history behind Ethiopia. So I encourage everybody to go to that, because you will be actually the first ever tourist to go to this attraction. But you do have to follow the process of putting in the details of your passport. So please do let us know. You should have all received information on how to do that. And Thursday here in the city, if you're still in the city, is a big Christian festival called Mescal. I've been told it's a very vibrant and wonderful experience. So if you are still in the city, do please go and see that. And obviously, if you're extending your stay, Ethiopia has absolutely wonderful stuff to do in the north of the country, etc. So without further ado, I'd like to invite the Minister, Her Honourable Excellency, to come up and say a few words and open AHIF in full. So thank you, Minister.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear participants of Africa Hotel Investment Forum, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to welcome to the land of origins, the cradle of mankind, the birthplace of coffee Arabica, the source of the Blue Nile, a country of ancient civilization, that is Ethiopia. I am both pleased and honored to deliver this welcoming speech of Africa Hotel Investment Forum, which is being held in Addis Ababa for the third time. I firmly believe that the forum will be of paramount importance for vast investment opportunities in hospitality industries of African countries and reinforcing international perception of the continent around the world. There is no doubt that tourism fosters international understanding and fraternity among nations of the world, thereby connecting business and widening investment opportunities. The global tourism industry has made a huge stride over the last decade to become an avenue for economic development, social progress, and prosperity. To this effect, the role of the hotel investment has been very instrumental, in spite of the fact that growth of tourism in general and hotel investment in particular have shown remarkable results over the past decade. A lot remain to be done in order to promote diversified tourism resource and enhance global competitiveness of the African continent. In a plain speech, Africa is endowed with a range of untapped tourism resources that can help to develop tourism sustainability. One cannot lose sight of the fact that African countries possess enormously diverse opportunities of different forms of tourism, such as nature-based and wild tourism, cultural tourism, MICE tourism, adventure tourism, religious tourism, and many others. However, to ensure optimal use of these opportunities required implementation of sound policies and strategies which help us to create conducive investment climate, convenient business environment, and strong partnership among countries. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Ethiopia has made tourism its priority in a view to maximize the economic and social cultural benefits that can be derived from this sector. In light of this, a variety of initiatives are set in train, including, but not limited to, ensuring ease of doing business, creating favorable investment environment, undertaking mass infrastructure developments, destination development initiatives, tourist service improvement, and impactful tourism marketing and promotion operations. Our government is committed to tourism development and working, attracting, and supporting hotel investment to the country. Thus, I assure you that we are willing and able to assist hotel investors, including international chain hotel, investing in Ethiopia. You have many reasons to invest in Ethiopia. Untapped tourism resource, favorable business and investment frameworks, plenty of workforce, the government's commitment, better connectivity, that is air, road, rail, and so on. Warm hospitality and welcoming attitude of Ethiopian people, peace and sustainability, large domestic markets are to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing that worth mentioning here is the great potential that Addis Ababa has for MICE tourism development. Fortunately, our capital, Addis Ababa, is among the fewest diplomatic centers in the world. Addis is the seat of African Union, United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, and many international organizations, including more than 100 embassies, which helped the city to be an ideal destination for MICE tourism. A number of international brand hotels have already joined the hospitality industry in Addis, and you all are also invited to invest in Addis and other destinations in Ethiopia. Finally, on behalf of the Ministry of Culture and Tourism and myself, I would like to thank the organizers and participants of this forum for giving us the chance to host these events. In addition to that, allow me to pass my sincere gratitude to thankfulness to Bench Global Event and Calibra Consultants to bring this forum for Furnish. Sponsored and other institutions that supported the event need to be appreciated. I hope you will offer to us more chances to host the same event in the future, and we assure you that we stay committed to effectively host an international event. Thank you. Again, welcome to Ethiopia.